Our next Titan is the CEO and founder of Rotate Digital, a leading tactical SEO agency specializing in helping moving companies generate more revenue on Google by leveraging their online assets using a powerful 3-tiered process, which has helped over 150 moving companies grow their business since 2019. Titans, help me welcome to the stage, Mr. Travis Weathers.
Hello, test, 1, 2, 3, test. Hello. You guys hear me okay? Are you sure? There you go. All right, I need everybody to stand up real quick. Stand up. Get you guys alive again. Here we go. I was requested to get a really good social media, so I need you guys to stand up right now. And on the count of 3, give a big cheer. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, one more time. 1, 2, 3. All right. Sweet. Everyone grab your pen while you're standing up. Grab your pen. And then sit down with your pen because we got a lot to go through. We got action items, tactics. We have some work to do. At least some of the websites I've seen you guys have, you have some work to do. Value creation marketing. Who wants to create more value in their marketing right now today? Okay, 3 of you. Awesome. Value creation marketing. Let's go through it. Not a lot of small talk. Who am I? I'm a husband and father of 3 kids. It means a lot. Been married for 12 years. Got 3 kids. 12 or 11 years. So I know how exhausting some of you guys are with kids in a family. I'm a commercial pilot and flight instructor. Why do I say that? Because there's a lot of cool overlap with business and flying. And also, you can never have a conversation with a pilot without them telling you they're a pilot within 30 seconds. So that's why I have that there. I own and run Rotate Digital. For the last 5 years, grown it to over 30 team members. I know how crazy and hectic growing a business can be. Just got Inc. Regionals 5000, so that's super exciting. We've helped over 150 moving companies grow their business leveraging Google and their online assets. Canada, United States, Australia. We got some work today. 4 hopes for today. 4 hopes. Number 1, I hope you find this valuable. That's gonna be the biggest thing, is that you guys walk away and go, that was valuable, that was worth my time today. Number 2, you engage with me today. This will be very boring, even though I can barely see you guys. It'll be very boring if you don't write notes, take actions, take the photos of the things I'm going to tell you to take photos of. Almost every slide here has an action item that you can go away with and take and implement in your business, which leads me into number 3. I hope that you get one takeaway that you take action on. This will be a waste if you don't choose one thing that you go home, you circle, you put a due date, and you go, at least I do one thing from here today. Promise me you'll do one thing from here today. Yes, 3 of you guys. Who's not gonna do something from here today? Raise your hand if you're gonna take an action from here today and do something with it. Raise your hand. All right. And I hope you allow me a chance to create more value. Come afterwards, talk to me, right? I'd be happy to help in any situation. Let me know what was good, what was bad. Big idea here, we're gonna jump right into it. Here's the big idea. You guys all have 2 assets in your business today that can generate you thousands of dollars a month in cash flow, sitting with you today. Today we're gonna go through 6 marketing tactics that's gonna generate you a quick ROI and set yourself up to beat your competitors online and in business. Who wants to beat their competitors? Some of you guys are sitting with your competitors. We love competitors, but I wanna win. I want to beat my competitors. You guys probably want to beat your competitors, so here's what you can do. We're going to go through these tactics. It's going to help you generate at minimum, or I can almost guarantee it, $10,000 of new revenue this year. Who would like $10,000 of new revenue this year? Some of the clients that are implementing this stuff that we go through today are getting $10,000 of new revenue each month. Who would like $10,000 each month? All right, let's go. We're going to talk about how Google Maps works and how you can leverage it for expanding your business. And we're going to do this all in 22 minutes and 34 seconds. Here we go, leveraging Google today. Who here owns or wants to own an investment home? Raise your hand if you own or you want to own an investment home. Okay. Who can shout out a profit after expenses that one of those investment homes makes in cash flow each month? Give me a number here. I need a little louder. $8? We might want to increase that. Who has an investment home? Who's cash flowing $100 a month in net profit from that home? Okay, 200, 300. Okay, most of us want to own an investment home or have it. Google is your new real estate. I want you guys to realize and understand you have an asset, you have an investment, you have a vehicle in which you can generate not $500 a month, not $200 a month, but $5, $10, $15, $30,000 a month from with one asset online. That's how I want you to start thinking about this stuff. We're going to be talking about maps and websites and SEO and all this great stuff. It's assets. It's an investment. It's valuable stuff, valuable properties you have in your business. 4 main visibility spots on Google. I spoke at another conference last month, and there was a lot of old people, so we won't spend a lot of time on this because they didn't even know what Google was. Google local service ads. You guys know what that looks like. Some of you guys absolutely love it. Some of you guys absolutely hate that. We won't go into more details. We have Google Ads. Okay, this is what Google Ads looks like. It's on the top, bottom, left to right, comes out of your left ear and right ear. The ads are all over the place. We have Google Maps. These are all your visibility spots on Google that you have an opportunity to get in front of the customers who are wanting to move with your business today. They want to buy your services. Google Maps, I believe, is the biggest opportunity for you guys to get in front of your people. And Google SERBUM. Who's heard of the acronym SERBUM? Good, I made it up. It's search engine results below the maps. That's what that looks like. I find that to be the hardest way to go about getting visible online. We'll go through that in a little bit. Okay, Google Maps, we're finding that clients win big on maps by leveraging their website and their Google business profile, by opening one new phantom location and doubling their revenue. Not their leads, their revenue. 6 marketing tactics you can implement today to generate $10,000 in additional revenue this year. This is the meat and potatoes. You guys ready? You got your pens up? You ready to go? Hey, I blocked the sun. I can see you guys. All right, I have 3 assumptions. Number 1, you have a current, good-looking website. I assume that is what you have right now. If you do not have a current, good-looking website, and if you don't know if it's a current or good-looking website, ask your neighbor, ask your competitor, ask somebody here and go, what are your thoughts? Okay? I assume you have that. Here's kind of what it looks like. If you don't have it, write down. Your one action item is to go get a new website today. It's got to be current. It's got to generate sales. It's meant to be an extension of your sales team. Second assumption, you have a Google business profile. Most of you guys do. I've seen you guys. I've seen them. That's my assumption. If you don't have it, write that down now. Circle it, put a due date. Go sign up, get a Google business profile. That's your next action item. That's what it looks like. Number 3, you want to be the go-to moving company in your city. Does anyone want to be the go-to moving company in their city? Okay, so we've got some work to do. This is what we're going to go through. 6 marketing tactics for better outcomes. Google reviews. 90% of your potential customers are reading Google reviews before calling you for a quote. You've got to be increasing your Google reviews. Not on your CRM, not on Facebook, unless you get a lot of leads through Facebook. Google. It's the most powerful search engine. It's where customers are looking to find out who they're moving with. 75% of the customers needs 20 plus reviews to even make a decision, which means if you're opening a new location, if you've got your own Google business profile, your goal is to get 20 reviews. If you're just starting and you don't have 20 reviews, guess what? That's your action item. Circle it. 20 reviews is your new goal. Here's the kicker. 50% of people say that they trust online Google reviews as much or more than personal recommendations, which means when someone refers your business, okay, when someone says, hey, you should go use John's Moving Company, half of them are going online, looking at your website and looking at your Google reviews to make that decision. And if you don't have a lot and it doesn't look powerful, your competitors look so much better than you, you may lose that opportunity to get that job, that estimate. How many reviews is enough? Your market will locally determine what you can get away with. Some of you guys, I get this asked, how many reviews, Travis? How many reviews? Your market will determine this. We'll go through this action in a second. Okay, I did a quick Google search. If you're J&J Moving Experts or Aardvark or Arizona's Finest, you don't want to be the last person. This is your goal. If you're going to look at the map pack, you want to be at least in the top 2 with reviews. Here's another one. There's Hawk, American Moving, and Square Cow Movers. 152 reviews, 104 in 66. Don't be the 66 guy. If you find yourself here, let's just go to the action item in case you guys need to take this as an action item. Don't be the least reviewed of your competitors. When you go home today, don't go home today. When you go home after this whole event, go to your office location where your office is located, type in moving companies or movers near me. See your competitors and make it your goal to be the #1 in reviews. Find out your competitors that come up, look at those 3 that come up in the maps. It'll be you and 2 other people, and make sure you're at least #1. If not, that's how you start increasing it, okay? If you go to your office space and you type in moving companies near me and you do not show up on the maps, man, you should maybe give us a call. And lastly, a bonus, get reviews with photos. There's 2 great reasons to get reviews with photos, okay? Reason number 1, reviews with photos are generally preferred by Google now. And so it can help actually push down some bad reviews, which is phenomenal. Number 2, every time that photo is taken, it has geographic, geocoding information in that photo. And when it gets uploaded to Google, Google now gets to see all these photos from all these customers and all over the city that you're working in. And do you think that's helpful for finding more people online, getting more visible online? You betcha. All right, number 2. Make sure we're good on time here. We might have a little time for questions even. Professional photography. This is one of the greatest ROIs you can get. It's going to be $400 to $600, professional photography. How many of you guys have seen that photo alone right there? Yeah. I personally feel like I know this guy on the left-hand side. I've seen him so many times. I think I know his name too, okay? I can tell you right now, you are losing business if you have stock photography. Not only do your customers, which is who we're actually caring about the most, not only do your customers know it's a stock photo, not only does it not actually give your brand presence, a great brand presence, but number 2, do you think Google knows that that's a stock photo? Yeah, Google knows. And Google's job is to create and to put the best companies in front of the Googlers who are looking for a new moving company. And do you think Google goes, wow, stock photo, that must be a good moving company? No, they don't. Look at the difference between these. One moving company, another. Look at the emotional difference that you just experienced right there between the guy you see everywhere on every single moving company's website and this, which like somebody I actually might see on the move. So go get professional photography done for your website. And you're probably like, Travis, cool, but how? Ah, you're welcome. Okay, get your phones out. On here is a tool. It's called the $1 Million Photography Checklist. And on it, we'll teach you how to go find a photographer in your local area. It will also have on there all the things you need to do to get these photos. You need 3 of these photos. You need a guy smiling. You need a landscape photo. You need a landscape photo with your trucks. You need some horizontal photos. Where do you put them on the website? What does it look like on a website when it does well? You can literally hand this document to the photographer and you can say, here you go. Here's what I need done. And it should cost you about $400 to $600. And I can promise you, if you want to do it, we can put the tracking, you will make more money because of this. Because you're going to create an emotional response and a brand that someone goes, I want to move with them. Make sense? Right there. All right, number 3, your quote form. Go high, put it high, and make it simple. I've seen some of you guys' forms. You're asking me how many couches, how many boxes, and all this information that I don't know and have no time to do, okay? The fastest way to lose more customers today is to make the quote form long and hard. And make it hard to find. I just moved like 9 months ago. I contacted 3 companies. They all had very simple quote forms. There was another company I was going to contact, but they were asking how many boxes, how many this, how many stairs, how many couches. I didn't have time for that. I was doing it because my wife was telling me I should have done it 2 weeks ago. We don't have time. Your consumers don't have time. They want to give you the information. That's why you have a sales team. It is their job to close these leads. Okay? You're going to decrease the total quote form submissions on your website when the quote form is hard to find. AKA the bottom of the page, some of you guys. Somewhere in the middle of the page with a button, it's really hard to find, it says get a quote. Or some of you guys have it only once on your website. And it's like, this is the only call to action you want them to do is to fill out a quote or call you, and you have it one time. If this is you, circle this, it's a really good action item. You will decrease the conversion percentage if you don't have a button that says get a quote always in front of the customer. So here's a really good action item that you can take. Oh yeah, here's what it looks like. That's a really great simple quote form right there. This is like the Louis Massaro 2-step. You get some information, they click it, click next, we get their contact information, leads get submitted, and hopefully your sales team is calling within 5 minutes. If not, talk to Tim, he can help you do that. This is another one. This is a non-2-step. This is a one quote form, all the information right there. The customer knows exactly what they need to fill out. Click submit, let the sales team call. Here's your action item. Go to your website on your phone right now. Pull out your phones right now. We do have time for this. Pull out your phones right now. Go to your home page and let that load. And if, without scrolling, you cannot see part or all of your quote form, it's time to move it up. Put it higher. Put it higher on the landing page. These are really valuable sessions coming to your website. Some of you guys are paying for these sessions to happen, paying for these users to get to your website. Get it easy for them to contact you. Don't make it hard. And, or if you want to be an overachiever, and if you want to just be the guy that like C's and D's get degrees, the or, okay? When you scroll through your website, now that you've loaded this, when you scroll through your website, if there's not a button that says get a quote that stays with you while you're scrolling, fix that. That will increase your conversions drastically. We'll go through some numbers in just a second. And then number 2 action, shorten the quote form. I won't make you raise your hand, but if you have a long quote form, please stop, please. It is not fun to fill out, and your sales team is getting paid too much money, money. They're getting paid to close that deal, okay? Oh, here's the information. When we did this with a customer, we had been tracking them for about a year. Yes, they were with us for a year before we even did this. We were tracking them for about a year. When we implemented the quote goes high tactic, and then when we shortened their quote form to get them what they need, they increased the next month 24 additional quote submissions. It was technically a 50% increase for them. 70% on average of those people that submit a quote were qualified, right? We all hate spam. They still come through. You get the guy who's like, hey, can you move me? You're like, when? You're like, in an hour. You're like, no, those won't count. 70% were qualified. 40% of them booked. This was the average conversion rate for this client. 40% booked. They got 6 new jobs technically per month, but I forget what season it's in, but 6 new jobs. I believe they averaged about $1,200 per job, $7,200 of added revenue for them, all because of why? Quote form went higher, quote form scrolled with them wherever they went, and it was easier to submit. Action item, if you're like, man, we need to do this, action item this. It'll be the fastest way that you don't have to pay a marketing company, you don't have to do anything. You don't even have to increase paid ads. You already have sessions coming. You can convert more people, get more sales just like that. Number 4, how are we doing on time? We're doing good, sweet. Number 4, ask where someone heard about you. I know you've probably been told this already, but I can tell you right now, it is the best insight to your marketing ROI, is ask where they heard about you. On the phone, when you got the referral text message, when they submitted a quote form. You have to have a CRM to track this. There's great CRMs out there. They will help you do this. But if you do not know where these people came from, you will not make more money. Guaranteed. Because you have no idea where you can find quickly how to leverage and grow your business. We are business owners, are we not? We are in the game of leveraging our assets and leveraging what we have in our business to do more for us. That is why we have CRMs. That is why if we are going to get the most leverage out of these customers, one of the other leverages is to understand where they found us. Make sense? Here's a warning for you. Here, we're going to go action items. If you're like, I'm ready for the action item, Travis. Here's a warning. Out of the box CRMs, they will have quote forms that go into your CRM as your website. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? I want you to be honest here. Who here, if you logged into your CRM today, you would have jobs booked on that say your website? Okay. Your website, that's like being like, oh dude, how'd you hear about us? Oh, texting. You're like, what? No, how did you hear about us? That is what you're doing by your website. That's just the method in which they contacted you. So, oh yeah, here it is. I don't know why the red's on repeat customers. It should have been higher. I must have been doing this with a couple of whiskeys. But Your website. This guy had 2 moves at $9,000 from your website. They did not find you from your website. They found you from Google. They found you from repeat customer. They could have been a referral. Could have been PPC ads. Could have been Yelp. Just kidding, it's not Yelp. They're the online mafia. But it could have been something, right? If you have your website, fix it. Stop it, please. Okay, how do you do this? One of the easiest ways you can do this is right there. Boom. Write this. Put the how you heard us into your quote form right there. First name, last name, phone number. How did you find out about us? I'm going to go to the next slide here. It'll be even better. Boom. Zoom in on that one. Boom, right there. Let them click. Let them choose. I know some of you guys are like, well, then they choose. I won't actually know the source. You don't know the source anyway. It's your website is coming in. Let them choose. And you get a better picture of where and what is working. This is on your website. And this will integrate right into your CRM. The moment they submit it, it'll automatically come into your CRM exactly how you need it. Go to your web developer, go to whoever you need to, go to your CRM and say, how do I make this happen? They'll do it. Some of them will just refer you to us and we'll make this happen for you. Great? Good. Ask where someone heard about you. All right, we got, okay, let's go faster. Okay. Open another location. So fifth marketing tactic, open another location. I'm going to call it a phantom location. Ooh, phantom location. 70% of the decision-making, buying-making process, when someone goes, I need to use a moving company, I don't know who to use, let me go to Google, 70% of those decisions are made because of the maps. You guys know what I'm talking about in the maps, the map pack, the reviews, that whole thing, 70%. Which means you have an opportunity to get in front of more eyeballs. Here's the problem when you are trying to get ranked, you're trying to get more visible, you got all these, you're on Google Guaranteed, you got PPC, but you're trying to get visible below the maps. Here's the tough part. I'm not saying it's not valuable. Don't hear me say that, but I am telling you that your competitors below the maps are Yelp, Angie's List, Thumbtack, Hire Helper, 2 Men in a Truck, Allied. Those are your competitors. Do you think those people are pretty valuable in the eyes of Google? The answer is yes, they are. They're pretty valuable in the eyes of Google. And you're trying to tell Google that Joe Schmo's moving company in Palestine, Illinois, or wherever is better than them. It's hard, but guess what they don't have? They don't have map results. They don't have a location. And so we can open up a location and get visible on the maps to new people. But here's the problem. Map results are predominantly a location-based result algorithm. It means if you type in right now, movers near me, movers Tampa, wherever it is, and you drive 5 miles north, I think north, 5 miles north, and you put in the same search, in the maps are going to be most likely completely different businesses because it's location-based. Google's looking at where your location is at. So this is where we can win. We can open up a new location. How do I get to the next slide? We can open up a new location so somewhere in that circle, grandma searches movers near me and finds this location. And then you show up right there in the maps. And it's a beautiful thing. And so what you can do here is go and open a second location. A phantom location. It's got to be real. We'll go through that in just a second. It's got to be real, a real location in the whole jam. But now when grandma, this client specifically opened 3, but now when grandma has her house, is my clicker not working? There you go. When grandma has her house right over here, and she types in movers near me, right, or this family, or this big family with that $10,000 move you really want, when they type in movers near me or moving companies, beforehand, you would have never come up. But now you've got this new phantom location with a lot of good reviews in that area, and now you're gonna be coming up. And that benefit of it is this company tripled the amount of sales from people that said they found them on Google. Who would like triple the amount of sales? Who would like double? Who would just like a 50% increase? We probably all would. This is a really great strategy, and some of you guys can actually implement this strategy, get these kind of results, and not use a marketing company. Cool? So here's how to get a new phantom location. Number 1, identify your target city and the neighborhood you want to show up on the Google Map Pack. Where is your next spot? Here's the trick. If you're sitting in Ohio or Pennsylvania, the trick is not to open it up in Florida. First of all, it's a logistic nightmare, okay? Fastest way for you to lose profit. The trick is to find something like 5-6 miles away in a nice town or city that you're like, man, I know, like Look at your CRM. You'll find out where are people finding you, these referral companies or repeat customers. Find out what zip codes and go open a location near them. And open up a new office space, think like a Regus office space. Something low cost, but real, physical. It's got to be real. Google is coming down like hound dogs on this stuff. It has to be real, can't be fake. But you got to make it real. And then number 3, begin collecting reviews at this location. You will then start to get calls. You'll start to increase your leads. And all you're doing is just increasing your visibility in front of the right people. Make sense? Yes or no? 3 of you said yes. Cool. All right. Picking your next phantom office. I want to give you guys this information. I get this asked so many times. I figured I'll give you some insight here. You want to pick near or in a city with your target customers. Okay? Near or in a city with your target customers. Okay? Look at your CRM. Look at the most moved zip codes. That's a really great place. Or if you're like, no, I know that, XYZ city, that's the place to be at. Great. Go find a Regus, go a shared an office space or a new complex, something that's affordable. Not in a warehouse district. Some of you guys are in a warehouse district. It's great, it's fine, it works. You gotta make your money, it's great. But your second location, don't make it a warehouse district. If you can, make it right where you want it to be. Make it a real location. And use the Costco strategy. Who's heard of the Costco strategy? Good, none of you guys, because I made it up. Awesome, the Costco strategy is this. Costco does spends a ton of money on research on their target audience. Who do you think their target audience is? Consumers, middle-aged, median income, $100,000 to $150,000 a year families. Do you think those are the people that are having the money to buy moving services? Yes. So go find a Costco and find a location near a Costco or whatever chain store that has your target audience. Go figure out where they're putting their locations and go find your next location to be somewhere around there. And identify where they're located in these cities. Find that shared office space. Open that up as real as possible. It's got to be real or else Google will find out and they will suspend you and you will cry and come yelling at me. Make it real and then start getting your reviews. And you will do that. This company that I shared with the 3 locations, they tripled the revenue doing this. Here's a tool. You're like, Travis, I need a tool. I need something and you're like, this is worth it. Here's a tool, policymap.com. Go to policymap.com, take a picture of this because I got 45 seconds left, policymap.com. It'll give you annual revenue, annual income of the people, where they're at, how often they move, what type of house, all this information. We're using it all the time right now for our clients to identify the next spot that they open up their phantom location. Again, this phantom location, this is what 2 Men & Truck does. Go to any major city, 2 Men & Truck, 12 locations. They do the same thing. Right here, same thing, that tools download. If you go to that tools download right there, that tools download will give you a whole thing on how to pick a location, what is Google looking for, how to do it right. Great resource to start on figuring that out, okay? RotateDigital.com/tools. Last tactic, run a good business. We've done the same marketing, the same tactics for clients that are literally right next door to each other. And the difference with the 2 companies is one is running a really good business and one is not. And that difference will make all the difference in your marketing and your return on your investments, the return on the money you spend. Make sense? We don't have time for questions. I will be out there if you have questions. I'd be happy to chat, share, whatever. If you want to talk about flying, that'll be maybe even more fun. Everybody, thank you so much. Give it up for the next speaker. Let's make it happen. Thank you. Woo.